Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To help keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com, cultivating successful growers for generations. We'll have more to come from Stoke Seeds in the next few weeks. Now, on to today's question. If you are near a roadway and you'd like to screen out some of the noise from the tires and also screen out the salt from being splashed up, are there any plants that are particularly good for a roadside that are maybe less susceptible to salt damage?
Well, Mark, I'm not good at lists of things, but the answer is definitely yes. There are salt-tolerant lists. I'd have to look it up. But at the same time, the answer is distinctively yes to you, because there are things that are not at all bothered by salt. Things that grow near the ocean. Unfortunately, my mind just goes blank on naming things right now.
I'm thinking just off the top of my head, some of the grasses maybe.
Well, the grasses would be okay. They, however, may not get tall enough to do the job you need done. And then I know down south where people use pampas grass, which will get 8 and 10 feet tall and be absolutely magnificent, it gets a little rambunctious and they have to back off or they lose lawn space. But at the same time, yes, there are definitely lists. I don't happen to have one in my folder, but truly so, there are more salt-tolerant plants. I would not plant hemlock under any circumstances near a roadway. I love the plant, its texture, its character, and so on, but I would not even consider it as a roadway plant. Now, I want to go another step, and this is where we talk about road noise and so on. There have been studies by professionals and books written on road screening. The reason they have gone to these walls along our highways is they can do with a 5-inch width or whatever it might be, the same thing that a whole great big planting, because you need to plant about a 40-foot wide strip of various things, some deciduous and some evergreens and so on, in order to get the road sound drop down. The salt-tolerant plants would be used out toward the road and so on. It's just one of those crazy things where my mind goes blank. I'm just not good on lists. I'm terrible on people's names. I can remember a 5-syllable plant name and forget my neighbor's name. Really easy. But at the same time, yes to your question, by all means.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. If you have a question for Fred, go ahead and email us, fred@planttalkradio.com. And for the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to www.stokeseeds.com. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.